is up, everybody? Yo, what is up, everybody? Welcome to FiveStar Friday. I am your host, Tony Clapper, aka Mr. FiveStar. And am I excited? For one, because this is the first episode with my new setup. So I'm excited about that. Two, I have a dope guest today. One of the busiest dudes I know. Just doing so much in the comic book world. A friend of me, a mentor somewhat to me. He's been helping me out with this setup. So usually it's the other way around. He'd be the host. The other person would be the guest. But today I got him as a guest. So I'm going to throw all the jabs out in today. No, I'm playing. But without further ado, I'm going to get my guy on here, Mr. Michael Watson, a.k.a. Most Epic. Here we are. What is up, bro?
What's up, man? Thanks for the introduction.
No problem. So, as you see, they call him Most Epic. And before we even start, because I've been curious about this, where's the name come from?
Most Epic comes from the fact that I gained the tag as the most enthusiastic person in comics because of how much energy I have, how loud I am, how much fun I have, or whatnot. And so it's the acronym for most enthusiastic person in comics, EPIC. Okay. So Most Epic.
Okay. What I should have done is, first of all, for the people on here that don't know who you are, tell them a little bit about yourself. What is it that you do? Remember that we got so little time, and I know you do so much, so I don't want you taking up the whole show. Just tell them what you do, because you probably could, but get into it. What is it that you do, sir?
Well, I'm the publisher of Short Fuse Media Group, the founder of Freestyle Comics, 1/4 of the agents of the Nerdy, the most enthusiastic person in comics, and I host my other show called Chat and Draw. I basically make comic books. I do freelance, and I live. I play video games. I geek out. I watched Falcon and Winter Soldier today. I watched Zack Snyder's Justice League. You know, I got it all in.
I am planning on watching both of those this weekend. I feel like for the Justice League, it's not like I can be spoiled. Like, there's spoilers, but there's not like, you know, I don't care if I get spoiled for the movie. I just want to watch it. So like, I'm not too worried about that. So I've been on everybody's stuff, just seeing what they think about it. And I'm super excited about the Falcon and Winter Soldier show, just because both them characters do so well together on screen, and them actors do so well together on screen. It's gonna be dope to see their connection in the full show. So I'm excited about that. Let's see. So you're the publisher of Short Fuse. How did that come about? How did you become the man of Short Fuse? By the way, that's my publisher, yo. You can check out all the books on shortfusemediagroup.com. We'll post a link in there. But how did that happen for you? How did you become the man there?
I don't know, because Sean Mack's crazy. I got signed to Short Fuse almost 3 years ago. I don't know.
Okay.
Come up around there. And once I got signed to Short Fuse, it was exciting to have a publisher that had my back. It was exciting to have a publisher that was out there, that knew what they were doing, that had experience, that was making comic books, that knew, like, not just making comics, but understood the process of making a comic book from the creator standpoint and the publisher standpoint. So, you know, I had that advice, I had that mentorship with John, and, you know, it just allowed me to be free and just create. So I just did what I normally do, which is go out and talk about my comic books, go out to conventions and work the floor. I think when I came on, Sean put me in charge of comic book conventions because I had the most experience with comic book conventions out of the team, and I just kind of ran wild with it.
Yeah.
uh, After about a year and a half of watching me work or whatnot, Sean felt that I could be the publisher and he can fall back to more administrative work and work on a lot of different projects that he's trying to initiate with Short Fuse, such as getting our toy line off the ground, push our
Yes.
Kickstarters to further limits and things like that. And I think he just saw me online a lot, which comes from, talking to him and talking about like, what do I need to do to improve how I am and whatnot. And I guess he liked the way that I handled myself online. He liked the way I handled myself at comic book conventions and the things that I was doing behind the scenes, running my own teams or whatnot. And he was like, he talked to me about being a publisher, and I told him, man, you tripping. I just got here. You ain't trying to get
Yeah.
that role to me, man. I don't know what I'm doing. But Sean will be the first one to tell you, you're normally doing the gig that that you don't realize you're applying for.
Mm, yeah, that's big. Sean's like that anyway, dude. He's just a helpful dude in general. Even before I signed with Short Fuse early on into my comic book journey, he was one of the first people to hit me up with my first Kickstarter and say, "Hey, man, I see you're doing this, but maybe if you added this, uh, you know what I mean? What's up with the what's up? Oh, the goat. Okay. You go. You threw me off there for a minute. Uh, but yeah, he's always cool like that, man. He reached out. He gave me a graphic, actually, like made a graphic for me for his for my Kickstarter too. So he's an awesome dude, man. Speaking of Comic Cons and you working Comic Cons, the first time me and you met in person was at a Comic Con, and like I've never met anyone that does it the way you do it, bro. Like you're just so energetic at the Comic Con that people want to walk up to your table. And it's funny because we didn't have this relationship that we have now. I purchased some art from you. I purchased Hot Shot 1 and Vigilance 1 from you that day. And my kids still got the Ninja Turtle art on their walls. I still got the Miles Morales art in my office. So where does that come from, man? Like, did you just know, like, look, if I'm going to get these sales, I got to be the one that they're hearing? Or, where do you get that confidence just to go out there and just rock the floor like you do?
I'd have to say I got that confidence from college, man. Once I got out of high school, and take note, I love my high school. I love my high school experience, and I love my friends from high school very much. So their family. But once I got out of high school and got out of those typical I want to fit in, I want to I got to mold myself to be like other people or whatnot. Once I got in college, I was by myself and I got to figure out who I was as a person, or at least the beginnings of it. I didn't give a care what anybody had to say about me.
Yeah.
I was at a whole school where it was okay to play with toys, to draw comic books, to go to a class to learn how to draw comic books, to geek out, to rollerblade around campus, stay up all night watching cartoons with other people that were legally grown-ups or whatnot. And like that was my environment. So when I got to go out here and go to comic book conventions and I saw other people were operating, I was like, a lot of people at comic book conventions, and that may not be the case now or recently, but they just sit at their tables.
Yeah,
they just sit at their tables.
I see that a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, with their heads down, working on commissions. They don't talk to anybody really. They don't outreach to try to bring people over to the table, like, or they might be that person that like is a constant nag about trying to get you to come over his table and doing it in an annoying way. So I want people to to geek out with me when I'm at a show at a comic convention. I'm like, if I'm not championing my book or my art, why would you like it? If I'm not excited about it, why would you want it?
Yeah.
And if people don't know about it, if I don't speak on it, people won't know about it. You won't know who I am. If I go to Texas tomorrow, chances are 98% chance that no one at that comic book convention is going to know who I am unless I tell them who I am, unless I let them know. So speaking up And then the cost of tables, the cost of
Mhm.
travel, the cost of food, the cost
Right.
of printing. And I'm like, I can't waste this opportunity, man. I can't just sit here on my
Mhm.
thumbs with my head down, drawing or whatnot. And again, I'm not saying that's every single person, but the experience for me at a comic book convention and working as many shows as I've had, the majority of creators sit at their desk at their table with their heads down and don't reach out. From what I have seen and what I've experienced. Let me make sure I add that clarification. And uh, I'm not going to. I'm going to
Yeah.
stand up. I'm going to be loud. I'm going to talk to people. I was Victor and my brother Victor, we went to a show and we I think it actually started in Chicago when we all went as a group. Victor, Ren, me, those are my brothers, and then we went with a few other people, and we had started this group called, or Victor started this group called CO, and asked us to be a part of it. And we went to the show, and we were just these loud personalities, man. And we
Mm.
were at the table talking to people, bringing people over, having full blown geek conversations or whatnot, and just having a good time. And like people gravitated towards that. And Victor and I later figured out the more shows that we went to, that the more people remember who you are, the more fun people have with you, the more likely they're willing to support you. I could
Mm.
have people come up to my table and just buy my book just because I made them laugh, and they may never read the book, but they bought the book for that one time. But in that conversation, I stuck with them, and so they may see me at another show, or they may talk about like, "Hey, that dude's cool as hell, man. That dude's funny, man. Go over to his table. He does good work, or whatnot." Um, it's all about giving people something to remember to make you stand out for the next individual. Because guess what? There's 130 people at a convention that can draw better than me. There's 130 people that have a better book than me, production wise, art wise, story wise.
Mhm.
Um, and while we're all there to sell our product, I've got to stand out. I've got to try my best to stand out. So uh, because if they're coming down that aisle and they buy from the person next to me, chances are they're gonna walk past my table and go two or three tables down. I very rarely have had somebody buy right next to the table
Right.
they were at or whatnot. So it's my job to get their attention. It's my job to win them over.
Yes, I like that. Um, One of the biggest things that Sean told me starting out was get people to like you, and
Yeah,
once they like you, they'll buy the product that you have. It's easier to get them to buy the product that you have, no matter what the character is or what. None of that. All that stuff is nice and it does grab attention. But getting people to like you, and I don't know if I'm giving out too many short fuse secrets. you know, don't add me on Team Spoiler or nothing. Giving out too much info. But the more people like you, the better that you're going to sell the product because they want to support you as a person and not just the book. So that really has stuck with me. Even one of the main reasons I wanted to start this show even is just to get out there and get in front of people, let
yep.
them see me, let them get familiar with me, and then hey, hope you like the podcast, yada yada. You should check out the book, and then boom. So that's big stuff, man. And I hope people who are watching are paying attention to that because that's some knowledge my guy just dropped on you. So if you need to take notes or whatever, this will play back later. But you want to write that down. I know I've seen dude that he's at the convention. He's got the pocket mic. He's talking to people. What I mean? He's talking to people while they're in line before they even make it in the show. To me, and that's just dope, bro. It's just a big attention grabber that you're already out there because they ain't going nowhere. You in line, you ain't going nowhere. It's a slow move, and you're out there just. And I'm patting my wife on the shoulder, like, yo, I know this dude. I mean, like, she's like, oh, really? I'm like, yeah. You're like next level to where I'm at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, I know that guy. She's like, for real? I'm like, yeah. Like, we chatted before, like, you know what I mean? And you're just doing your thing, bro. And that's
Yeah,
big stuff.
I'm
Uh,
just trying to have fun making comic books, man. I think that's the thing that people are going to enjoy, and
yeah.
uh, that's what I noticed at that line. Me and Vic again, where we would go out at the Wizard World shows and lines, and we would freestyle and break dance while people were waiting. And the more we did that, the more people enjoyed it. Wizard World enjoyed it, or whatnot. And then the more I did, I finally put one and two together that I need to take advantage of these people. I need to let them know, like nobody
Right.
else is coming out here talking to these people, and right now we're building a rapport with them, and
Yeah.
they're enjoying what we're doing. So I need to make this an opportunity to get them to come to my table to come check out, what I'm doing.
Right.
So that became a whole thing. It became the hype line, and we did it at Wizard World. It started there, and I do it at all the big shows.
Yeah. See, that's big, bro. I mean that's capturing the audience, capturing the crowd before they even make it in there, and then that's in their mind, like, oh, there's a dude who was out there talking to us. Let's go check out what he was talking about. So that's a big thing, and like I said, I'm taking notes. So if you ain't taking notes, you should be taking notes because I'm taking notes. I'm gonna go back and just write all this down and make sure I got it for the next con. I haven't done a con yet. See my daughter here in the background. Hey, Marmar. I haven't done a con yet. I've done small shows, but I'm looking forward to my next con. I'm actually, since we're both from Ohio, hoping that me and you can link up and do one together.
Absolutely. There's a couple people that I'm trying to take to the like when conventions come back, man. I'm trying to take a charter bus with the people I'm trying to
I
roll
feel
with.
it. I gotta make sure that I'm you know what I mean, matching that hype level that you're at. So I'll work on that. Make sure I'm there. Uh, Two of your characters that stand out the most to me is Hotshot and Vigilance. Tell them a little bit about the characters, and then we'll start with Hotshot. Tell them a little bit about Hotshot and what was your what was your thought process behind creating that character?
Well, Hotshot is a young man in college trying to prove to his girlfriend he's not cheating on her without revealing he's a superhero, and
Okay.
not get kicked out of college for the same reason. So he's got a lot of things that he's dealing with and try to balance. Uh, when I made the character, I was actually going through a pretty serious breakup in college, and it was my way uh, to work those issues out because we did not get back together, and it impacted me a lot. So I was thinking to myself, comic books in the comic books they always make the characters get back together, like no matter what,
Mm-hmm.
they
Yeah.
always end up back together. I'm like, so what would happen if they didn't?
Yeah.
How would the hero of the story deal with that? What does that turmoil look like?
Mm,
Um, it really helped me resolve some issues with myself and my own feelings or whatnot. And I wanted to make a superhero comic book that people could relate to, that
yeah.
you can get behind and say, yeah, I understand that, I've been through that, or I know someone that's gone through that type of thing. So because if you like the character, then when the heat goes down and the superpowers are flying and the fists are punching, then you're going to want that hero to win. You're going to want that
Right.
hero to strive, push through, or maybe you relate to the character so much you want them to suffer, you want to watch them go through pain or whatnot. But
Mm,
in some context you relate to the situation and what's going on with them, because all the issues are relatable. He's in college. He's got a scholarship, but it's not a full ride. He's struggling to pay for things. He's late to class all the time. His teachers are on his ass. Um his you know his girlfriend finds out he's a superhero, and you think that fixes the issue, but it doesn't. It makes it worse because he lied about it this entire time.
mm.
But he's still getting punched through buildings every other day, and, having to get up, all sore and tender.
And speaking of his girlfriend, there's a lot of press about that. If my dude Danny J Quick was on here, he can tell you tell you all about it. Her name's Carla, correct?
Yes.
And there's a love hate relationship with her, right? You got people who kind of understand where she's coming from. I mean, I watched the whole debate about it live, where people were
Yeah.
just debating on if they agree with her, disagree with her. I mean, that's to me is big that you create a character like that to where you actually have people like arguing over the side, like is she right, is she wrong, and she's a supporting character. That's what's big
Hmm.
in the writing process, like, and you see that a lot where people like they love the main character. Let me give an example. You got Harry Potter, right?
Hmm.
You
Yes.
love Harry Potter because he's Harry Potter, but you can't help but to like Ron because he brings that humor, or Hermione because she brings that serious tone. So you you love the other characters around them, the supporting characters, and a lot of times them supporting characters become the focus. And it sounds like from what I've seen, uh, she steals a lot of that focus.
Dude, I think it's amazing that they argue about Carla and Hotshot. It makes my
Yeah,
day all the time. Even though I'm the only one that defends her and thinks she's right for the way she feels. But it just makes my little heart flutter every time that argument gets brought up. And a lot of that credit goes to Victor Dandridge. Um, the story that he wrote, the vocabulary, the voices, how he has put life into those characters is what really sells. Like when I have people that have never read comics before, I give them issue three. Issue three is my favorite issue of Hot Shot, and that's the issue where she finds out that that they actually have the discussion about why'd you lie about being Hot Shot.
yeah,
Their argument back and forth is just a genuine fight. I mean, it's super realistic, and people can get behind that. And a lot of people think that just because he's a superhero, it automatically fixes things, and it doesn't. Uh, and it shouldn't. There are a lot of emotions that are involved in these things. There's trust that are involved in these things that it goes back and forth. Like the consideration for if we are going to be together and we're dating, we're in this relationship. I'm your boyfriend. You're my girlfriend. But I'm a full fledged superhero, and I don't tell you about that. How important are you to me? Because
right.
where's the consideration? They're like, we're going past the fact of the classic Spider-Man or Stan Lee reasons of why not to tell you that I'm a superhero. What happens when you get beat up or you fall through an interdimensional portal and you're gone for a week?
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
like, and what if you don't come back?
yeah.
What,
See, a lot of comics don't hit on that like that. Of how that you know would bother the relationship, strain the relationship. Um, I mean, you kind of get that a little bit with like a Spider-Man and Mary Jane, or Spider-Man and Gwen Stacy, how they kind of up and down and all that. But like, not the big things like you're saying. Like, you have all these you have like a multiverse crisis or something like that. These people are gone for that long. They don't know if you've lived, if you died, if you
yeah,
made it through it, you're coming back. All that stuff. A lot of comics don't touch on that sort of thing. So I think that's dope that you did that. And obviously, it's something that worked because you do have so many people who are, I'm talking about, downright passionate. Like the hate for this lady is real, bro. Like
out
she's a
here.
real person. It's out here. So that's dope that you was able to capture your audience like that. Let's get into Vigilance a little bit. To me, I just want to start off with saying the design is simple and dope, and she's a character that really stands out. A strong female character that I think just by looking at the character, you're captured by it. What was the process of creating her like, and the inspiration for her?
I wanted to create a female character that did not need help from any man. I got tired of seeing these movies and stuff where they would have a supposed badass woman, but then she still needs to be saved by a guy.
Mm,
Um, and I wanted a character that was not over sexualized, that was just this dominant, powerful wrecking ball,
nice.
and could just do anything that anybody needed to be done. And she's our version of Superman, and we
Yeah.
wanted to build a character from the ground up. So we clearly established Vigilance is the world's strongest superhero. She works for the government full time with no secret identity, but she has amnesia, and she's starting to realize the government's lying to her about who she really is.
Mm,
So we wanted to have this character, in the first few issues and whatnot, showcase her strength, her power, her will, and that she honestly, a man does not have to come in at the last minute to save her or protect her or anything like that. But after we get through that, it's a matter of who is she? Who is she beyond the cape? Um,
mm,
like we actually are going to build her up as a person, as an individual. Once you get
nice.
past all the super heroics, that's what our very next issue is about with her. Uh, so
Nice.
uh, and Victor was actually the one that named her. When I first designed the character, the costume was pretty similar to what it is now, but it was black. It had a couple of other things on it. The V was always there, and it was in the red. And her name was Vengeance. And as Victor was writing Hot Shot, he was like, "She's a superhero, right?" I
Yeah.
was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Working for the government,
Right.
protecting people.
Yeah.
Why is her name Vengeance?" I was like, "Because it's badass." That's why.
Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
He was like, "All right, let me offer you this
Okay. Yeah.
vigilance."
And you was
I
you
was
sold it
like,
first?
"Huh?"
Was
Oh,
you
I was
sold it?
sold as soon as I heard it. Like
Okay.
me and Victor got into our own debates and our own arguments working together, and I was salty. Like, what you mean you don't like that name? It's
Yeah.
perfect. But when he offered the what the name is now, I was like, oh shoot, that's perfect.
Yeah. I gotta agree. That's a dope name, and I don't know if the black would have popped like that white does. I mean,
Yeah,
that white on the costume really pops. It's funny because I've never, I guess, thought of it, but like her and FiveStar kind of got the same,
and look,
yeah, color concept. So
uh,
that's dope. Maybe we need to get that team up popping.
hey, I mean, if everybody goes over, well, Elsewhere has funded. If I can check out that Elsewhere comic that we got in there, that 11-page spread we
Yeah,
got in there,
yeah, yeah.
anything is possible.
Anything is possible. It's funny because you being from Ohio, Five Star's color concept came from Ohio State. So I'm
Oh, okay.
wondering if did that have any impact on your decision for her colors or no?
Not in the least. I can't
Okay,
stand
okay,
Ohio State.
okay. Yeah, that's even why he's got the silver highlights and all that. So his Ohio State, the Ohio State is where the color scheme came from for Five Star.
That's
So
hilarious.
remember we was doing the thinking of vigilance. Have we seen Dr. Glaze McGlazed in a book yet, or is he coming, or what? I need to
We
know.
we have not seen him in a book yet, but he is coming. Uh,
Okay.
Danny Cooper and I are orchestrating the verse now. We have some things planned. A couple of things I told you about.
Yeah.
Danny Cooper being another one of my brothers. He is deeply invested in the FSK universe. He's actually taken over a couple of the writing roles for our stories, and he's helping me develop our big story arc that's coming up in the Hot Shot books that'll bleed over to all the comic books. So we are trying to figure out where we want characters to pop up, where we want characters to be. So Glazing McGlaze Glaze definitely is in the pole position.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm talking about. I'm ready to see that. I need to see that. And you might even see him in a Five Star somewhere. He just needs to be that universal character that just kind of crosses over in books, the Stan Lee, if you will, of our comics. That would be dope if that was the case with him.
I think
Uh,
it'd be awesome if everyone did a version of Dr. McGlazy Glaze.
yeah,
And it just became like this character that was just popping up in all of our books for just no reason.
no reason. That's what I'm saying. Little behind the scenes thing that would be dope. Um, so you also on top of uh, doing your thing for Short Fuse, doing your comic book thing, doing your thing for FSK. You how many podcasts are you running right now, bro?
Just two. I'm
Just
just
two.
doing two
Okay.
podcasts right now. Agents of the Nerdy and Chat and Draw.
Okay, I've been on Chat and Draw. I'm a little
Mhm.
salty. I haven't been on Agents of Nerdy yet to show off my action figure collection. We can talk about that another time. Uh, so, how many episodes you just hit? You hit a milestone earlier this year with Chat and Draw. How many episodes are we at now?
We are at 121 episodes today.
Boom. I mean, and how much time though?
Since March 26th of
Okay,
last
so
year.
almost a year,
hmm
and and by then you'll probably have what 130, 130, maybe more.
Well, it's scheduled out. So March 26th is the 1 year anniversary of Chat and Draw, and we're going to be on issue 100 or episode 125. I'll be premiering all the new features that we're doing on Chat and Draw. the new show intro, my new versus intro, my new Here Comes the New Challenger. A couple people got the sizzle reel option on my
Mhm.
Kickstarter, so they'll have their sizzle reels premiering when they come on the show. We went ahead and got Streamlabs as well. So we did a lot of upgrades on the show, and plus, and I'm almost done with the books, like virtually, like right now. The last thing I have to do is double check them for typos and things like that before I send them off. Like they are all sitting on my desktop, ready to go. All the other digital rewards are done, ready to go. I'm just, you know how when you work on something, you work on it and work on
Yeah,
it. You gotta step away and come back, and there's been
yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
edits here and there. So
And I
yeah.
don't know if people realize how big that is to say that you have 125 episodes of something that you started on your own, and to have it in 1 year, 125 episodes. Not only, but you're not even just talking to people; you're literally drawing for every one of those.
Yeah.
I mean, the consistency alone, which is people's biggest hiccup. That's why I only chose to do 1 day of the week. And I'm like, it just happens to go with the 5-star theme, 5-star
Oh yeah,
Friday.
yeah. It's
You
all
know,
about that branding, baby.
yeah, you know what I'm saying. So don't let me overstep to where I'm like, just kidding, we're not having an episode tonight because I know myself. So I'm like, I'm gonna slow it, take it slow, one a week. Uh, but man, that's just mind blowing, bro. 125 episodes in a year, like you're killing it. And then not only that, you're like, oh, that's not enough. Let me start another podcast.
Well, I have a lot that I like to talk about. I like to, have geek conversations, geek debates.
Yeah,
And don't get me wrong, I like having discussions, not arguments. But
right.
and Agents of Nerdy is super fun. We got Christina, we got ID, we got Midori Hannah, who's just joined our cast as well. It started off with me and one of my ultimate besties formulating the show or whatnot, and it's just become its own thing.
Yeah,
And we have a pretty decent Twitch audience for just starting off, so I don't want to lose any of that momentum because we're talking about branding, we're talking about getting people to know who you are and like you and stuff like that. Uh, you got to reach over. You got to have overreach into other audiences to be able to bring them back to your comic books,
right.
um,
Yeah,
comic books and art. So the more people that see me, the more people that get acquainted with me or whatnot, increases the chances for me to sell my comic books, to have different opportunities doing different things or whatnot. So you can't stay static. You gotta
yeah,
have
right,
motion.
right, right. That's big, man. You got to keep moving. You got to keep growing. Um, and while we're on the conversation of you being a busy fella, you go live tonight again at 9 o'clock, right? Your
Uh,
show is tonight at 9.
I'm actually going live right after this show. My friend Gabrielle Solange will be on there. She needs help raising money for a medical procedure. So I wanted to get her on my show to see if we can help get some more of those funds in for her. And then after that episode, we go live with Agents of Nerdy at 9 p.m. So it's a triple hitter for
I
me
mean,
tonight.
triple hitter, bro, back to back to back. If you're watching this, head over to my dude's his live after this. Donate if you can. If not, just share. You know what I mean? Do
Yeah.
what you can do. Because sometimes sharing is just caring. We
Mhm.
understand. You might not have the funds, but sharing is caring, getting the word out. So make sure you hop over there and check him out. Check out Agents of Nerd. What is it? What's the full name again?
Agents of the Nerdy.
Of the Nerdy. Okay,
Mhm.
Agents of the Nerdy. Hopefully, one day I can get on the show. I don't know. Maybe if I get to 100 episodes, I can prove myself worthy to maybe
Oh
be
no,
another host or something. Who knows? I'm just throwing it out there in the universe. You
we,
never
we
know.
can get you on there. We can get you on there, no problem. We actually just discussed having a rotating guest come on the show with us.
Okay, okay. All right, man. It's been dope talking to you. I appreciate you more than just being on here. You helped me. We had like a 15-minute conversation where he showed me how to work the bells and whistles because this is my first one on StreamYard, and I keep it transparent. I don't know Jack. I've been hitting this dude up for a week about, hey, what laptop should I get? What what this and this do you recommend? You know what I'm saying? So He's a dude. He's a genuine dude, man. He's been there to help. So mad props to you, bro. You're killing it. You're an inspiration not only for me, but I know for others. Keep doing your thing, man, because you're killing it. I think you're setting the standard of, 2020 was crazy. And
It was.
are you gonna stay, stay still and just let the pandemic all, beat you all the way to the ground, or are you going to flip the script, get creative, and do something different? And that's what you did. You capitalized on that.
Yeah.
You took advantage of the situation, or I shouldn't say take advantage. You made the best of the situation, and not only did you just make it work, bro. You went above and beyond, bro. 125 episodes, bro. That's crazy. I'm gonna keep saying it. It's crazy.
Well,
So
I appreciate it very much, man. Somebody helped me. There's tons of people that help me. My team still helps me. Number one, my comic books would not look as good as the comic books do without the team that I have. So I'm very lucky. The support that I get from people, just being my friend, coming over late nights, helping me get books together, supporting me online, inviting me onto their stuff, giving me work or opening up doors for me. I wouldn't be able to do any of the things that I do without the help of family and friends. So it's kind of like I have to help out. Like
yeah,
it's a given, and I don't mind doing it at all because I was there where I did not know how to do this or I did not know how to do that. Tessa has been amazing. Her and Dakota, they got me all set up on Twitch. They helped redesign the Agents of Nerdy show. I don't know nothing about Twitch, but Tessa does, and she
yeah.
gets me together, and the show looks great on there. So um, I
So maybe by the time I'm ready to use it, you'll have enough knowledge on it to where I can come to you.
uh,
Maybe.
I feel like I'm an old guy when it comes to Twitch, but I can do one or two things for you on that.
Okay. Let you. I'll just let that knowledge just keep flowing down.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
you
I
get
mean,
the knowledge, you pass it on, bro. All right.
whatever I know, I will. And if I and you ask me and I know it, I'm gonna tell you.
All right, bro. Look, I appreciate you. I'm gonna let you go because I know you gotta go live and get that fundraiser started.
Mhm.
Go there, check out Michael Watson. He's gonna put on some of his links in the comments below, so you can just check out all the dopeness that he has to offer, the entertainment he gives. And that's it, man. We're gonna catch you next time, bro. Peace out.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on your platform. I really appreciate it. FiveStar is a dope book. I got FiveStar the chat and draw book, so you can catch them
Yes.
there as well.
Yes.
I also got it done for you, so you can use it as a T-shirt. So I'll be sliding that over to you as well.
Okay.
But I love FiveStar. Tony is a dope dude. I love talking to him, helping him out as much as I can. And you're already a beast out here, man. You're already doing big things. Like,
I
uh,
appreciate it.
and you're just opening up yourself to do more. So I'm just excited to see it. I'm glad you're on Short Fuse. I can't wait to start going to comic book conventions with you.
Thanks, bro. I appreciate it. We got things to come. Things in the pipeline are coming. This is not the first you're gonna see of both of us together. So I hope everybody enjoyed the show. And like I said, Mike, catch you later, bro.
All right, man. Later.
Later. So there you have it. My man Michael Watson doing his thing. Make sure that you get in the comments, check out his stuff. Tune in next Friday. We have a very, very, very special FiveStar Friday with my guy Oliver. Um, Earlier on, I was trying to raise some money for him for his game room, and I hooked him up with a bunch of FiveStar stuff. And he is a true unsung hero, and I can't wait to have him on the show next week. So, guys, make sure you tune in next week. After you get off of here, go check out my dude Michael Watson's live. Maybe you can help with that fundraiser, and check out his podcast coming on at 9 o'clock. We're gonna catch y'all next time. Peace out.